Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. I tell you what, I did something kind of spontaneous but kind of planned at the same time. At this point, I'm pretty happy I did it, although I have a lot of work in front of me. I delisted almost all of my eBay store. I think just over 90% of it. We just took it all down and we're gonna build it back up today. I wanna talk about how we're gonna do that, why I've done it the way we did it here, and why I did it when I did it. I didn't think we'd have any sales today because of this, but we've been putting things back slowly but surely, and a lot of them have been selling, and so we do have some sales. We're going to talk about those. Let's go take a look. I've been toying with the idea of doing this for a while. My original plan was to do it in January, and I got a little impulsive and decided I'd do it right now. There's a few reasons why right now I think that it works. A, it's before Q4, and it gives us a little bit of time to get stuff back up in the selling season. Let's hope it's the selling season. 8-track Barry Manilow sealed. This is Barry Manilow 2 sealed. It's not obviously like the Beatles, but hey. I like Barry Manilow. Who doesn't like Barry Manilow? And this was one that we had taken down. We had taken down, like I said, 90% of the store, and we're slowly but surely building it back up. I think right now we have like 380 things up, or 60 or something like that, which isn't too bad. And we're going to do a bunch every day until we get them back up. This had been hanging around forever. Made a couple of tweaks to the listing. Did a few more things, which we'll talk about later in the video, and it sold super quick, $12.95 plus shipping. Oh my goodness. There was a cat in here, I didn't even know it. Here's an example of one of the reasons we did it, and I'm gonna get into detail here pretty quick. This was not part of that most recent buy. This was a shirt that's been around for a little while, and it's a single stitch Dale, and it is front and back, although I think it's identical on the front and back. And a little bit of tweaking and a new listing, and it sold quick. 30 bucks, I think 30 bucks plus shipping. I guess before I pull a few more here, and we sold, I don't know how many things we have going out here, like 13 or something like that. I honestly thought we'd have like virtually no sales in this video today. I did not think, as we just started putting new listings up, they would have as many sales in just a couple of days as we have, because there's not that much listed. But we've got a decent amount of sales headed out of here today, and I'm pretty happy about that. But let's talk about the rationale for it for just a second. There's a lot of rationale, so I'll pick an item and talk about another reason. I think the main motivating factor here, because there's about 5 reasons why I did it, but the main motivating factor was forcing myself to do what I have tried to do, what I have wanted to do for a long time, through just systematically ending listings and restarting them, but I just never make it a priority. So I figured, well, if I do this, and I was nervous, it would have to be a priority. And that's exactly what's happened. And me and my wife have been working hard to kind of get this thing back up and running. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. So this store has, well, it had almost 1,500 listings in it, and we were down under, I think we were like at 160. I think I kept some free shipping items on there, and I kept a couple of auctions on there, but everything else we took off. Let me see if I can find this one. This is something I've been wanting to sell for a while, and now I can't find it. All right, hold on a minute, I'll find it. I couldn't find it because it was a giant, huge bin right in front of my face, apparently. Now, these two didn't sell. This was a giant lot of stuff that has been in this cabin forever. The whole point is to streamline what we're doing in multiple ways, including shipping. And this was right here. And this has been here forever. It's taken up a huge amount of space. And it should sell. There's something wrong. You know, was it the price? The price of these go down from when we listed them or whatever. But they're just old pyramid. I've had these for over a year in the store. Taking up all that space. And I want to get this thing down and streamlined, easy to find, easy to ship, all those things. And this needed to go. So I relisted it, and it sold within a few hours of relisting it. Total, not relisting. I did a sell similar. We'll talk about that later too. And we put new shipping rules on everything. And it didn't go, I think it was listed for like 30 something, 32 or something. And I wanted it gone, $25 plus shipping. We've really got some cool items and some high price stuff that's going to blow your mind in a minute. But let me just talk about this a little further as we go through the video here. So the strategy was to take it all down, to force us to go through each and every item with a fine-tooth comb. Fix listings that need fixed, just refresh listings that need refreshed, and get rid of stuff that we just shouldn't be selling. The profit margin isn't equal to the storage that we're doing. It's not equal to the labor that we're doing. The goal is to reduce the store by at least 200 listings. I'd like to be around 1,250 items in here that are moving a lot quicker. Now, the other overriding factor is not only did I want to make sure everything is changed into ground advantage and away from priority and all that different stuff, I wanted to make it where it's standard shipping. And in order to do that, I wanted to do flat rate on almost everything in the store. I still have some free shipping items, but it's very limited, and I'll have a few calculated shipping items, but it'll be very limited. And so I set up business shipping policies. And I talked to a bunch of people because I know there's some kind of problems with going through this process at times, if you've ever heard Eric OBX Picker talk about it. So I talked to quite a few folks who I respect and who do things different ways. And I got all of their input before I finally made the decision to do exactly what I was doing and create certain business shipping policies. Almost all of them are flat rate. I decided to do something with media mail that I surprised myself that I did, but I did do calculated shipping with media mail. And there's a lot of reasons behind all of this, but one of the overriding factors is that I had a complete mismatch. I've talked about this before. For different items. Some of them were free, some of them were calculated, some of them were flat, and the flat rates were very different, even though the weight was the same sometimes. I wanted to make listing more simple, where you hit the policy as opposed to type in all of the data. Wanted to make that more streamlined, and we did. I'm not going to go over in this video how much for each, 4 ounce, 6, 8 ounce, 12 ounce, 1 pound, 2 pounds, 4 to 8, whatever it is. I'm not going to go over all that today. Maybe down the road we will, but just know I put a flat rate in for all of those. So we may be losing a little bit on some shipping. I don't think so. And we're probably going to be making a little bit on some as well. All right, now we're not just listing old items. We're also mixing in items that haven't been listed before. And we're not just doing old inventory, but we're mixing it in. So this one was new. It came from that sale on the Picker channel last, 6 days ago at this point. And that Marlboro Man single stitch shirt sold for $28.50 plus shipping. And the next t-shirt sale, we're going to make these are going to pale in comparison to that one. That was nuts. And that was a super old listing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's a couple more advantages. And I'm not telling people what to do, because we could have done a lot of what I'm talking about already. We could have done that without taking everything down. But we couldn't have cleaned up all the other issues that I want to clean up at the same time. There's 4 or 5 different reasons. And because of that, I didn't want to piecemeal it. I wanted to do it all together and get it done before Q4, hopefully before we go to the reseller rally. I guess a week from today, when you're watching this video, reseller rally is September 30th. So don't forget St. Jude auction. We'll talk about that later. So I wanted to do all that, and I had a little bit of time, and I'm like, you know what, we'll take a few days off before reseller rally, shut the store down, and we'll do all this stuff, and we're going to clean some of this out. We'll take some of it and put it on Whatnot. We'll take some of it and donate it. We'll take some of it, lot it up, and we'll take some of it and we'll sell similar, and we'll sell it. And that's what's happening so far. It's probably going to take us a week or so, maybe longer, to get back where we want to be, but the goal is start at Q4, we'll be ready to roll. Here's kind of a funny one we had listed, and I know ADH Dave has a multi-quantity of these, so I'm like, well, I'm going to get this up, and I'm going to undercut him, and I'm going to sell it. It sold that day. And we put a little under market value, kind of to tease him, but $15 plus shipping. I think I'm into it for less than $1. $15 plus shipping for that Colgate's Octagon all-purpose soap. I meant to tell you about one of the advantages that I really wanted to do this for with these business policies is something like this. No matter who's listing it, it's really simple. If I'm listing it, or my wife, or maybe Bubba's girlfriend is listing it, you just, like, t-shirt. Just put in 8 ounces. I mean, I suppose it depends. But I told them I don't even really care. If it's a t-shirt, put it in at the 8 ounce rate. And if it weighs more than 8 ounces, which a lot of them do, it doesn't make a difference. So we're giving them a slight shipping discount on that. Makes us more competitive. And It's also really easy now, once you have everything listed in these business policies for shipping, and a lot of this is not new to you, right? I've never been this type of a seller. So I've just decided to do it to streamline things. But one thing I really like about this is if there's a shipping cost change, you know, if you're doing calculated, obviously that bumps it all up, right? Because it's already calculated, they change something and everything goes up. Well, I'm not a believer like I used to be in calculated shipping. I think that the discount you're being given by eBay is pretty big. And I think it's a deterrent. It's going to deter people on the other side of the country from buying your stuff, which isn't necessarily bad, because sometimes you don't want people on the other side of the country to buy your stuff for some other reasons. But the discount is so great sometimes that it leaves you at a competitive disadvantage. And if there's enough profit built in to the item that you bought compared to the price you're selling it at, you can take a little bit of a loss here and there on certain items. So now, if there's a bump in price, or maybe I'm finding that I'm not making as much on shipping, it's not covering my cost. Pepper's destroying stuff in here. I can just go in and change the policy, and it automatically changes the shipping price for everything that's listed in that policy. Now, one consequence to this is I think you're going to see a slowdown for a week or 2 or 3 on some of our cross-listing, because we're also making the decision, although we haven't done it just yet, to take down everything on Poshmark and Mercari as well and rebuild it all together. So we're going to do that. I got to find the right one. It's a toddler. That's got to be it right there. Carson Wentz jersey. That sold for $24 plus shipping, and it's sold on Poshmark. And as always, shout out list perfectly. Code Commonwealth if you're interested. I love selling stuff. We sold something on Poshmark yesterday. I think we have another one coming up today here in just a second. Pepper's just begging. Now, the next sale after this one is just insane. Can't wait to show it to you. It makes me think all this is worth it. This is a Neverland Pirate from Disney. $10 plus shipping, and it was listed for a long, long time. I see Turner. What's up?
Am I going to rec ball practice or travel ball practice?
You have rec ball practice today. So this one was listed forever. My wife's like, can't believe that didn't sell, and the price was up there. I'm like, you know what? It's not exactly where we want to be selling stuff anyways at that price point. I'm like, just drop it down, sell similar, get it sold. That's exactly what happened. Sold for $10 plus shipping. We're only into it for 50 cents. I'm going to go in and grab the next t-shirt, which is amazing that it sold. I'm so happy it sold. It sold for a lot of money, and it's something that's been in the store forever. But I want to talk about something else really quick. A lot of things that let me just say it this way. It's sometimes very difficult for me when people buy a bunch of stuff and ask for a shipping discount, then I have to remember to go do it. And if I forget to do it, especially because I'm on social media, sometimes people will say something and whatever. I never do it intentionally, but you know, it happens. So what I decided to do to try to alleviate a little of that is to build into these a discounted shipping rate on multiple items. So if they're buying things, they're getting a discount already. It might not be a complete discount, but they are getting a discount. It might encourage, and this is built into the business policies, it might encourage multiple quantity sales, and it'll certainly eliminate a little bit of work on the back end sometimes. So there's another reason I did it. This all over print single stitch shirt, Jeff Gordon, leader of the pack shirt, awesome shirt. Some of y'all might remember, it's been a long time since I bought this one. And it sold almost immediately after we did a few changes to it. It forced me to go in and look at these and change them. So changed a few things in the title, I believe. Went in and put a new shipping policy on it. I don't think that made much of a difference with that though. And put a price that was 10% less than where we had it. And then boom, sold. So that's awesome. And it sold for $180 plus shipping. For the record, 2 of those shirts sold to the same person. So it's, you know, I don't know, Cody, I'm going to say Cody. There's no message, there's nothing like that, but it's possible. I suppose it's a viewer, but I don't necessarily think so. I think maybe doing the way we're doing it, I hope it's going to encourage those multi-sales, but who knows? I could be wrong. Next one is another one, been around for a long, long time. And you take it off, you sell similar, change a few things, and bam, it's sold. It's been sitting here forever. And this one actually, I think this one went to a viewer actually, but this one right here sold for, I paid $1 a piece, and I think it was listed at like 22. And when we relisted it and changed a few things, we also changed the price to $19.95 plus medium mail shipping, and it sold $20 plus shipping. And it's an international sale, and it's going to John, our buddy John from the Netherlands. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Kevin. Like your content very much. Keep up the great work, John from the Netherlands. We appreciate it very much. Here's another one that I think having these standard shipping rules is really helping to sell something like this. And they're posters, and it's going to take me a minute to pull all these out and show them to you. But we hadn't sold any of these posters in a long time. And we did this, and they sold, and we also put on shipping discounts for multiples, because that really helps a bunch when you're shipping things like this. And I really also thought that there'd be a bigger percentage of viewer sales doing this. That's not why I did it. I thought it would be a consequence of it, because so many people follow the store. And when you get so many new listings up, because that's essentially what they are, sell similar, they're new listings, they get alerts a lot of times. All right, I'm going to show you the picture of it up over here, because it's hard to roll those out, but I guess I could try, I suppose. This is my favorite one right here, Scrooge. This is a 3-pack. See? It's hard to do with one hand. I guess you looked at the picture, it's fine. That one's hanging behind Grams and Pop's Vintage over there on their channel. And that sold, and we did reduce the price a little bit from what we used to have it at, but we put a standard shipping on there, which reduced shipping to some people because it was calculated. And so the mix together gave us a sale, I hope. $35 plus shipping. The next one, I already pulled it out. Wanted to show you a little closer than in the bag. Some vintage Pokemon art box stickers. It's out the door for over $50. And I think we may have divided this one up. I can't quite remember what we did with it, to be honest with you. But that's all pure profit after shipping. It was actually one that we left up. It was one of the very few that we did leave up on there. So thank you. My grandson will love these. We love watching your shows, and we've learned a lot from you. Thanks again, Sue. Sue, thank you. I think you got a good deal on those. If you took the time to go through them and do all that, I think you can actually make a pretty good amount of money on them. As I go back to grab the next one, show you the other reason. Well, I've talked about it a little bit already. But at the end of every day, so we might put up 100 listings back up in a day. At the end of the day, the ones that we skip through that we don't want to relist, we're going to come in here and we're going to pick them out of here. We're going to pick, however many there are, 15, 20. We're going to go into the bins and pick them out of here and get them out of here. So it's kind of a way to get a little inventory done as well, create more space. And I think so far it's working very well, because you can sell similar on items super quick. And we could have done this through list perfectly. We decided not to, which I don't want to get into right now exactly why, but just say that there's going to be there are some changes taking place, and I think that we just want to start fresh as those changes take place. I got to find the right one. I think it's this. No, that's Goldberg. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. These are no, that's Kevin Nash. See, it'd be so much easier if these were already divided, but hey, what are you going to do? Let's see who this is. I think that's it. I'll double check in a minute. Sold 2 of these together with the new shipping discount already built in for buying multiples. So that was kind of cool. Don't have to worry about doing that. And I think it incentivizes double sales. So I'll have to double check those are right. But one is like total $20.90 free shipping. All right, I totally take that all back, because that doesn't apply to that item. That applies to like the ET pins that don't have free shipping. You can't combine free shipping on free shipping. So I suppose you could, and some of you do out there. This one's from Josh. He says, longtime follower and subscriber. I've been reselling full-time for over a year now. Thanks for all the knowledge you share. Check out my store, Wolverine_trends. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Going to go grab the other Poshmark sale. And like I said, I think we're going to see a slope. Well, I know we are, because we're going to take everything down off of Posh. We're going to take it all down off of Mercari, and we're going to build it up. Now, a lot of people will start in their cross listing, right? They'll start in list perfectly and build out from there. And we might do that eventually someday. And there might be some things coming down the pike here that might make it easier to do that. But either way, we're going to build it up on eBay, move it to List Perfectly, and then move it everywhere else. It is time consuming, but it gives us kind of a standard to, well, gives me a standard to pick by, because we know what we're buying. We know where we want to be at on most items. Now, I am going to say that the hope is to get the average sale price up. That's part of this equation. However, I'm still going to sell items under, say, 15 bucks. But they're going to probably be either items I just love, I love to sell, or they're going to be multi-quantity items. So we're still going to do, you know, plush and all the stuff we normally do, but we're trying to stay away from some of the lower end ones. We're trying not to sell plush for like $6 plus shipping. So maybe lot things up, put them in categories together that might help those sales. Throw some over on Whatnot in big boxes. Whatever it is we're going to do, we're at least heading in a direction that makes it less labor intensive for the money that you're making. Boy, sometimes I just need to stop talking, you know. La La Loopsy. Nothing stands out to me. Might have to dig for, actually it might be down there. Look, I think I see it. Is that La La Loopsy? It is, but it might not be the right one. It's not the right one. And these been hanging around forever, so that's the other part of it. It's not just low-priced items, but low sell-through rate items. I think this is the right one. And that one's sold on Poshmark, so pretty happy with that. I don't remember what it sold for, though. $14. Plus shipping. Shout out List Perfectly, Commonwealth. All right, we got some animals. We got some Commonwealth comedy with your mismatched outfit. Pajamas. All right, what do you got?
All right, what room can Mario not fit in?
What room can Mario not fit in? You tell me.
A mushroom.
That's dumb. I don't like that one.
What?
Jeez. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Bye.
Here's another one of those very few items that we left up because it was selling super quick. There was no advantage to doing. There's only one left. I don't even know if. Yeah, here it is. It's those LU commemorative coins. They were selling super fast. We just left it up, and this last one sold for $8.95 plus shipping. So there's an example of something that's not high dollar, but the sell-through rate was ridiculously quick. So we decided to keep it because we had multiples of them, and we probably made 40 bucks off of those in like a week. And of course, we had an Inaman auction going. I wasn't going to take that down, so we'll grab one of those. Whoop! Sorry, buddy. There. Well, that's one other thing I got to talk about. I might have already talked about it, depending on how I put this video together. That one sold on auction. By the way, tons and tons and tons of new folks subscribing to this channel every single day. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate so many people listening to my voice. I'm incredibly honored and blessed. Everything that's happened to me is because of this audience. And I'm never going to be blind to that fact. And not everybody agrees with me. I'm no expert. Obviously, I'm talking about things that a lot of you have been doing for a long, long time, and I'm just too stubborn to do them. And I'm happy I'm doing them, and I hope it'll pay off in the end, because it is a lot of work, and I think it is. But I just wanted to just give a heartfelt thank you to everybody out there, especially all the folks buying these Inaman and all that stuff. You know, if you're new to the channel, you can, I don't know, Google it. I've got a video about that. So this is going to Chris the Goose. You're a name that's been around for a while. Thanks, Kevin, for all that you do in the community. Finally, to get to add one of these to my personal collection. So we appreciate you very much, and I hope he gets things moving for you.
Come on to Mama.
All right, well, Mama comes in, and we got some animals. All right, so I got something from Rod Picking and Punching in the mail. These are for me. Rod, thank you. I paid him for it, but not nearly enough. What is going on over here? You go down the wrong pipe? You got a treat go down the wrong pipe?
Hey, pay attention to me.
Oh my goodness. And Turner's here too. Boy, look at you. Camouflage. Reagan doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to clean these up and I'm going to ask her to repaint them for me. Hot Rod Roddy Roddy Piper, Bruce Barber Beefcake, and the Iron Sheik. Two of my favorites, and not my favorite growing up, but...
You gonna do play with them?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Look at your pores.
Yeah, cute kitty. All right, babe, will you open that thing up for me right there?
What?
He told me to open it up first and then read the letter.
Open what up?
That thing.
This?
Oh my gosh, what is that?
I'm holding a cat.
Oh, Turner, come here, bud.
What is it?
I don't know, but it doesn't look appropriate.
Are you sure he should open it up?
Go ahead, open it, Turner.
What, this?
Yeah. Again, this came from Rod Picking and Punching. He also sent this for the St. Jude auction. These are really cool.
It's E.T.
Metal miniatures. And it's
Look at the
TSR.
back, though. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's pooped.
So that's going to be on St. Jude. Rob, thank you for your contribution for that. What in the world?
It's like a fake E.T.
Oh my gosh. This is like trash to cash stuff here. All right, what's the letter say? When I was on my honeymoon to Europe, I came across this in Barcelona, Spain. Had to get it for you. The figure is called Caganer. This is a holiday tradition in Spain. The traditional Caganer is portrayed as a Catalan peasant man. Oh my gosh, wearing a typical hat and a, I don't know how to pronounce that, red stocking hat with a black band. Google a picture of, oh my gosh. The farmers would poop on their land, would enrich their soil over the years. The figure had been a staple in nativity scenes. And some, really? It's E.T. Whoever found it would be enriched with good luck. They have stores in Barcelona that sell nothing. Okay. When I saw, oh, okay. So they made one of E.T. I see what it is. That's really.
So this goes in our nativity scene.
I guess so. Rod, well, I'm going to say thank you for this, for the St. Jude auction. Thank you for that, I guess. And thank you for these. These are awesome. Go check them out.
No.
All right, you ready to thank some folks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one person.
CommonwealthPickers.com. What do you got? One person.
Joseph got We Get Things Moving yellow t-shirt.
Yellow t-shirt. And we're out of everything but small, medium, 4XL, 5XL, I think is right.
Yeah.
So we have very few left. They are on sale. Just trying to clear those last ones out. And look at this, y'all. Reagan's excited because we got, finally,
Some more.
been sold out of these for a long time. We only order 100 at a time. They're going to be, since we're going to be gone out of town for Reseller Rally, we decided we weren't going to put them out until after we got back. But
We're not gone or out of town. There are people at this house at all times and security.
that's
Don't be
true.
telling people that.
But she is right. But that's a different story. This right here, we decided we're going to put along with the fourth quarter Enema Man sticker, the last of the four. We're going to put them over on Whatnot on the September 30th St. Jude auction. We're going to put them over there, and then after we get back, we'll put them all over on CommonwealthPicker.com. So go check it out. Maybe if you haven't signed up, you can sign up, get your free $15 and get one for free. I don't know how much these
We
are.
get 100 more?
We got 100 of them. Yeah, there's a giant box outside the
Okay,
door.
I was like, there's no way that's 100.
No, there's probably 10 in there. Anyway, thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
I meant to mention this earlier. The last time we gave away the My Go2 tape, it was not claimed. So next episode, if it's not claimed by next episode, we're going to go ahead and give away 6 more. And if you want to try this tape out, go to American Bubble Boy and use code Commonwealth and get 5% off. We're also giving away tape and a whole year's worth of bubble wrap at September 30th Whatnot auction.